In this video, we're going to demonstrate some field to finish functionality and the optional web map underlays feature that's found inside of the map screen of SurvPC and SurvCE for that matter. To begin, what we're going to do then is turn on the web map underlays by going into the map screen icon that's found in the upper right hand corner, which is the globe icon. So we're going to tap on that globe icon. And you can see the point that we've previously located. And I'm going to go into the Tools menu in the right-hand corner of my screen. And I'm going to choose the Web Map Overlays. When I go into that, I'm going to change the provider from none to, for example, Google. I can use county-based or state-based WMS server if I want to. But in this case, I'm going to choose Google. And then I want to choose the size of the dimensions that I want to bring in. In this case, I want to bring them in as a 1024 by 1024 size image. So I'm going to tap on green check, and they will come in then for me so I can see where I am on my job site. So what I'm going to do next is go ahead and tap on red X and go to start my shot. So in my survey tab, I'm going to choose button number 1 for store points. As I begin my job, you might notice then on the upper right corner of my screen, there is a gyroscoping looking icon which is in blue, which indicates that the IMU sensor needs to get some movement so that it can indicate that the position for the IMU calibration is ready to go for me. So as we move the pole about its position right now, the IMU sensor turns from blue to green. As we've done that now, we can then go ahead and either take a shot right now. So I can tap on the store points button as discussed earlier, which we'll go ahead and do that right now. And based on my current reading, I can either wait for a sure fix position, or if I'm good with the current location, I can store or wait for a sure fix, one of the nice features that's found inside of SurvPC. So if I'm okay with this edge of pavement location that I'm standing on right now, I'm going to go ahead and say yes, let's store that position. And in this case, I want to store this as an EP edge of pavement shot. We'll tap on green check, and that point is stored. We'll go ahead and move to the next location, which is the junction of an edge of pavement and a driveway shot. So we're going to move ahead here just a few feet, and we're going to locate now the two locations of where these two spots are. And as I describe my shot in here, I'm going to change my code from EP to EP space DW1. So I have a edge of pavement shot and the first instance of a driveway. So I've got my pole set where I want it. We'll go ahead and store that point. Again, do I want to wait for a sure fix or not? We'll go ahead and say, let's store that point. Green check. At this point, we can indicate, do we want to continue with driveway 1 shots, or do we want to move on to the location of where the edge of pavement and maybe driveway 2 occurs? Let's go ahead and pick up where the edge of pavement and driveway 2 occurs. And then we'll move actually into the property and continue that work. So we're going to pick up a shot here now where the edge of pavement and driveway 2 commences. So we're getting leveled up. We take the reading, store my point. Yes, we'll continue storing. I'll show you how to turn off the sure fix reading here in just a moment. Green check, that point is stored. We'll take one more edge of pavement shot here in just a moment just to finish it up for the edge of pavement shots. In this case, we're going to say this is just simply just the edge of pavement. So we're going to clear off the driveway 2 and just make it a standard old edge of pavement. So as we take this next reading, we're leveled up. We're going to ready to go. Green check. And store the point. We're good to go. That shot has been read and it's stored. So now as we take a look, and we'll go back into the map screen, and let's turn off the web map overlays in here. So we'll turn that off just to sort of see what we're getting. We'll set it back to none. We can check that. We're going to go to Tools. We're going to go to Field to Finish. We'll hit U for update. If you look at the upper left-hand corner, it can update, review, redraw. We'll just say update. And you'll see the line work come in there for me. nice and ready to go. So as you're connecting these lines and these shots in the field, you're getting not only the points that you're shooting, but also the line work drawn for you automatically based on the features that are found in your feature code library as discussed in the alternate video. We'll move on, we'll shoot some other points here in the driveway, and we'll fast forward and show you the results of that here in just a moment. So we've gathered a few shots here right now between the edge of pavement and our driveways, and now what we want to do is also code the point of curvature and a few shots on that define a curve for the first edge of pavement on our driveway. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and choose this as driveway 1, we'll green check, and as we take our reading, we'll go ahead and record this shot. And one of the nice things about the IMU sensor in here is that we don't actually have to be level. That's a nice feature about the VRX7. So we're going to go ahead and take my reading, and we'll say yes, we do want to continue storing. And we say yes, this is in fact driveway 1. But we can also say this is the point of curvature on this particular shot. So we'll give it a PC indicator and store that point. We're going to move ahead into the curve, a small little curve turn in this edge of concrete, and we will take a shot. So we're going to go ahead and store my point, and we'll go ahead and say yes, we do want to just clear out the PC indicator here. So this is just a point in the curve. And we can take as many of these interior shots as we want. And in this case, we're only going to take a 3-point arc. So we're going to go ahead and store this point now, this last one. And we'll go ahead and indicate that this is a PT. So we'll put a space PT on the end of this shot and indicate that we now actually have a 3-point arc. So if we want to see what this looks like, we're going to go back into the map screen. We'll choose the field to finish underneath tools. And when we choose again, the update option in here, you can see that we actually have the start of a curve going in there. And we'll move ahead one more shot. So we're going to go back underneath store points, and we'll go ahead and grab up one more point in here. So as you can see, it's moving along. We'll go to the very edge of this concrete parking pad that we have in here, and we'll take up our next reading, and we'll indicate this is our last driveway point in here. So we'll say DW1, green check, and we'll store that point. Green check, and that point is now stored. So as we finish up our map, we'll take a look at it one more time with the field to finish update routine. And there we go. So with that nice arc in there now, we have the radius value that we can query as we bring that into CAD. And or we can start to do nice precise areas for demolition purposes when we get into takeoff, for example. And that gives us the ability to get very precise areas and volume estimates if we choose to. The last thing I want to talk about in this recording is the ability to choose what kind of precision level you need to get into. So for example, I'm going to tap out of the map screen and go underneath the equipment tab and choose button number 8, which is my tolerances. So in this case, I wanted my minimum solution type to be the sure fix, which is a nice feature inside of the VRX7 and receivers that support it. But in this case, maybe I only want a fixed solution. So if I'm comfortable with just a regular old fixed GPS solution, I can use that. But in some cases, I might really want the sure fixed solution. So this is where I can choose what kind of tolerances I want to have for the GNSS receiver that I'm working with. This is also where I can specify the incline tolerance and the level tolerance for the type of work that I'm going to be doing. So this is, you have the complete flexibility to choose what kinds of tolerances that you want to have as you are doing your work. And any type of measurements or readings that are outside of these tolerances, SurvPC will tell you about that, but you still have the ability to take those readings if you so choose. Thank you for watching.